Absolutely delighted now to be joined by APS President Roger Falcone. Roger, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's great here in LA, isn't it, with 10,000 fellow physicists?
It's phenomenal, and we're going to hit 12,000. So
wow.
It is going to be a record meeting for us, and the energy is enormous.
Now, you're APS President. What can we look forward to in your tenure as President?
Well, I have some priorities for activities in the coming year. We are, of course, a membership-driven society, so a fair amount of my time is spent listening to what other people want to do. But I'd say there are two major challenges that I'm looking forward to. One is the future of publications. How do we actively promote the dissemination of physics? That's our main goal with the American Physical Society. And of course, there is a large movement toward opening the access to the results of our research in physics to broader communities, so-called open access issue. So how do we do that? How do we make the transition from where we are now, where there's a subscription model for reading papers in physics, to broadening the access? That's a very, very important thing. Do we lead there? Do we follow? Do we watch the trends? The second priority I have is to advocate for the appropriate level of funding for science and for physics. That means working with our government, it means working with private entities, philanthropy, and trying to establish what is the right level of funding for the society, for our global society. Is it a fraction of our GDP? Is it to just continue growth in funding? Well, we have to have this discussion. I want to help advocate for the appropriate level of funding.
Surely it's put to me that physics is tomorrow's economy. So how difficult can it be to advocate for this investment?
Well, we try to approach this in a variety of ways. We talk about science and physics in particular being a driver for innovation, a driver for jobs. We talk about the idea that science is absolutely necessary for global security, for national security. And I don't just do this alone. When we go to Congress, when we go to the White House, when we go to the foundations in Washington that are advising the government, we take experts along from the military, from industry, to help us make that statement.
When you look at the APS as a society, what kind of health do you think the society's in right now?
We are in very stable condition. Our financial situation is strong. We have enormous contributions from the membership. There is such enthusiasm for planning meetings like this, for doing peer review for our journals, or for being an editor for the journals. We're supported by just an enormously enthusiastic group of people. Even the public, when we go out and talk to people, there's excitement about new things that are happening with the LIGO gravity wave project, or by discovery of new particles at CERN, or understanding the fate of the universe, what's happening with dark energy and dark matter. The public is so excited about it. So we have this excitement level, we have a huge level of participation, and we have financial stability. That said, we've got to look to the future. What are the changing economic issues associated with the professional society? If this publication model changes, we have some financial issues that we are concerned about for the future. But it's slowly changing, and I think we can adapt to preserve the future of APS.
It's also, my final question, it's also very important, isn't it, that you're attracting young physicists into the society. What's your message
I think you
today?
can look around at this meeting and look at the average age. It's quite young. It's early career folks. We have many programs both at APS and the government has programs to support young people. I think the conduit of young people who are interested in science to become members of APS, to join the professional activity around science and physics is enormously strong right now.
Well, thank you very much indeed for taking time to join us today, and I hope you have a great conference and the rest of the year.
Thank you very much for inviting me.